week 2, or half a week anyway.
Yeah,
sort of an abbreviated work week.
The final 3 days of the second date update week.
So Heather is looking for a second date update with a guy named Jacob. Hi, Heather.
Hi.
So what's the story with Jacob? How'd you meet and how'd that all go down?
Well, I met him on Tinder, and I've never done online dating before the coronavirus, but things got kind of lonely there for a while.
How did you date before? Just people you met through work or through socializing?
Yeah, just, going out, meeting people at bars or, events, parties with friends, that kind of thing.
Okay. So this was your first foray into online dating.
Yeah, and like a lot of people, I got furloughed, and I didn't really have much to do. I mean, I live alone with my dog, and I was bored.
Yeah.
So I opened an account, and I started talking to people.
Okay. Well, how'd that go?
Well, there was this one guy, Jacob, that I thought was pretty cool, and we talked pretty much every day for a few weeks before they lifted our restrictions and we could get together. Then, he was a little bit more worried about being in public than I was. So when he suggested we get takeout and go to a park, I was like, cool, that actually works really well for me.
Yeah.
And I brought wine, and we got a little drunk.
Okay.
And we did end up back at my place, and he stayed the night. And I thought everything was pretty awesome, actually. We had lots of great conversation. The chemistry was super off the charts, I thought anyway. And when he left early the next morning, he hugged me, and that was it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a little awkward, but not so much that I thought I'd never hear from him again.
Right.
And then I've texted him a couple times, and I haven't heard back from him.
So what happened from the time, you guys did what you did to that morning hug?
I don't know. I mean, we had our thing, and we woke up the next morning. It's not like he was weirded out or agitated. And, he hugged me goodbye, and that was it. I mean, I don't know what could have happened.
And the thing was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great chemistry, like crazy off-the-charts chemistry.
Wow. Well, that is weird. Any other details you can think of before we take the break and make the call?
No.
Okay.
He sounds a little nervous now. I know. There is that moment of truth, isn't it, when you've said your piece and now it's time to sit back and listen, and you don't know what the other person is going to say.
You're not going to abort, are you? We've never had that happen on Second Date Update where they're like, you know what? Never mind.
Now that I've said it out loud, I don't think I quite want to know. I just don't want to know.
Maybe they're thinking it. They just, the train's already left the station.
This is a very vulnerable position to be sitting in right now, so I applaud you for taking this leap.
Yeah, I'm not going to hang up on you guys.
Okay. We appreciate that. So we will take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to call Jacob and see what he thought of Heather and his encounter with her. Coming up next with Jeff and Jen here at Cincinnati's Q102. All right, Heather met Jacob on Tinder. I guess they talked back and forth a bit before they got together in person. They had a nice little picnic date with wine, ended up back at her place. There's a hug the next morning, which felt kind of awkward, and that was the last she'd seen or heard from him again, and here we are, guys. So you ready to make the call, Heather?
Yeah, I want to know.
Calling Jacob.
Hello?
Hi, Jacob.
This is Jacob.
Jacob, it's Jeff and Jen and Fritch and Tim and everybody here at Q102. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well.
It's good to hear your voice.
Why are you calling me? Is this Second Date Update?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Jacob.
You're familiar.
Well, I was like, there's no other reason you possibly could be calling me, so why would I be on
Well,
the
we've been
radio?
making some listener appreciation
That's
calls,
true.
but
Yeah. Did you fill out an application online, or what are we calling it? What they're filling out online?
I don't think we're calling
for
it
listener
anything.
appreciation.
I did not.
Okay, well then, yeah, this is definitely a Second Date Update call.
And we currently have it labeled as picnic bang, so maybe you can clear that up for us.
Oh, okay, now I know, yeah.
Oh, nothing.
Yeah, Heather.
Yeah, we got Heather on the line.
Heather said you were very nice.
The date went very well. It's been a pretty crazy time. It's definitely been a long break since I've done any dating. What did she tell you?
She said you had your little wine picnic thing, and then you went back to her place. You spent the night, and she thought you two really kind of connected, and in a good way. Like it felt really good. And then there was like a hug. I guess the next morning, she said it felt a little awkward, but she didn't think much of it. And then that's when you kind of dropped off the face of the earth. So you want to fill in some of the blanks?
Yeah. Well, she left out her big story. I mean, I'm a good Catholic boy. I went to Catholic high school. I take my faith seriously.
Okay.
She gave me this whole story that she had decided she was going to enter the convent. She was going to be a nun. She felt the calling.
Yep, we're definitely relabeling this one.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Not at all, right?
Wait, she's saying she's going to do this in the near future, or that this was something she once considered?
Her last, yeah. No, this is something she's doing in the near future.
Okay.
Yeah, very near, yeah. And she told me she felt the calling, and she was actually getting ready to leave to go into the monastery.
Convent.
Yeah, monastery for men, convent for women, right. So check this. She says to me that before she left that she just wanted one more time to experience, the touch of a man.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was awfully nice of you to oblige her, Jacob.
I mean, that's a hell of a service you just provided.
Well, it seems kind of cool. I mean, at the time, I was like, who doesn't want to be that guy? And she's not a nun. She hasn't taken her vows, so it's not like it's sacrilegious, I felt almost honored, and I'm not much of a drinker, so after a couple glasses of wine, a couple months of, none of that activity, it just seemed like the thing to do.
But Jacob, I have to ask, when you heard that, did you kind of take that as sort of a challenge? Like, oh, really? Well, we'll see how you feel after.
Do you think you could turn her? Is that what you're asking him if he's going to try to turn a nun?
Challenge accepted.
Oh, you are going to get in trouble. Your mother is not going to approve.
True. But how was it after that setup?
It was awesome, yeah, definitely. I mean, it was great. I never expected to hear from her again, so I just took that as one of those crazy stories I could tell somebody later, which I'm telling you now. But then she does send me a text saying that she was just joking. She was just kidding. She never had any intention of going to the convent. It wasn't a thing. And she said she just told that story to make the sex hotter, as though having sex after months in quarantine isn't already pretty hot. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, what were you feeling? What were you thinking when you found out that was all just a role playing,
ploy?
I just thought it was a weird thing to not, I don't know, I mean, it's like, this is our first ever encounter, I mean, I just thought it was wrong.
Okay. Well, Heather?
It's called role playing. And I've never had a guy complain about getting laid. Very well laid before. It's always worked in my favor, I just don't see what the big deal is.
No complaints on that. I just feel like you lied. It was disrespectful to our faith. That's where I was at.
Really?
There's a lot of blurred lines in this conversation.
Really? Popping a future nun as being respectful to your faith? Dude, come on.
She kind of has a point.
She hadn't taken the vows. I mean, it's like, maybe I'm playing being a lawyer about it, but she hadn't taken her vows. I mean, it's respectful to you as a person.
One thing I thoroughly enjoy about Second Date Update is listening to the way we men rationalize things, reason things out prior to and then after.
Yes. Prior to, we can rationalize. After, we can judge.
Women do that too.
No, that's true. So, Heather, you have no intention of becoming a nun then?
No.
What other stories have you used in the past?
Honestly, I've never had to use another story. Most guys are so turned on by that it works every time.
The nun one works. Another one I think would be, I've only ever been with women. I've never been with a man before.
Oh, that was it.
Okay. Never mind.
Never mind.
Okay, well, yeah, that clears that one up for me.
The Catholic scenario would have worked for me because I'm not Catholic, so I'd have been down.
Yeah, you wouldn't have suffered any Catholic guilt following that move. Yeah, I imagine you have the most success with non-Catholics.
Or do you?
It's all across the board.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know what I think. I do get the feeling that he does not want another date, though. Is that accurate, or are you able to look at this now and go, okay, actually, that was kind of clever and she got me?
No, I don't think I want a second date.
I don't know why he's being such a prude about it all of a sudden, but if he's going to be like that, then whatever. I'll just find someone else.
32 years of Catholic education, that'll do it to you.
Well, I'll pray for you, sweetie.
All right. Jacob, thank you for taking the call. We appreciate you at least having the conversation with us and giving us your thoughts.
It was fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Heather, best of luck to you. Thanks for coming on Second Date Update.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You got it.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport. Fly healthy through CVG. For more information, go to CVG Airport /fly healthy.